I got 2 DEXA scans in 4 months, and the results surprised me. I lost fat, gained muscle, but I'm in the 99th percentile for something very bad.
Hey guys, welcome back. Or if you're new here, I guess welcome. I wanted to talk to you guys today about DEXA. So I had 2 DEXA scans done, one in December as like a to get like a annual starting point, and then one in April to see what my progress was. And I think it's pretty interesting. I'm going to continue to get these every 3 or 4 months, so you'll see another video. But if you don't know what a DEXA scan is, it's basically a body composition scan. So you'll figure out about your bone density, your fat content is the big one, and then muscle. So it gives you a really accurate idea of what your BMI is and gives you an idea, a lot of different things like symmetry of lean mass, symmetry of fat, all that kind of stuff. So let me get into it here. So here's where I was at in December. So 227.6 and then 226.7. So I lost about a pound, which I was a little bit upset about. But then you can see kind of what's happening here. So even though I only lost a pound, we've swapped some fat mass right here, 76 down to 71 for lean mass. So I've swapped fat for muscle, which is great. Um, and bone, I think this is just noise. I don't know if I've actually lost bone mass. We'll see on my next scan. But you get all sorts of different things in this report. So, here's my scan images here. So you can see like there's a composite. You can see fat tissue. These look so weird to me, but whatever. You can see where you've lost like fat from, whatever. Shows you your skeleton, all that kind of cool stuff. Just cool stuff to track over time, see where you're losing fat from. I think it's cool. It calculates your body fat percentage. So I was at 33% before, which was obese. I'm at 31 now, still obese. This isn't a weight loss channel, but for you guys that don't know, I lost like 70 pounds before I started running. And I'm looking to get these last 30 pounds or so off. I would love to get this body fat percentage down in the overweight range and then hopefully down to a healthy range one day. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So you can see I'm headed down into the non-red zone, maybe. We'll see. So I went from 90th percentile body fat, which is really bad, down to 83rd. So we're making progress. We're making some progress. It gives you your regional composition, so where your fat percent is at. So I've got a lot in the trunk. Legs are pretty lean. Head is pretty lean. um, and then where you've got your lean mass. So I've got incredibly crazy legs. So that's where it's at for me. Gives you all this sort of stuff here. You can pause if you really want to look. Gives you your regional symmetry. I always found this interesting. Sometimes for whatever reason, you've got more muscle or more fat on one side of your body. So I'm pretty balanced, luckily. But yeah, gives you your charting. You can see actually my legs had a bit of a difference and they've got even less now. So, but this only gets bad if it's like a big percentage, Here's the thing, okay? So visceral fat, guys, we're not in a great spot here, okay? So when I did my first scan, I knew I had this going on. I was like, all right, let's work on it. And yeah, I've tried to kind of deal with this, but, those 5 pounds that got swapped for muscle, none of them were visceral fat, and we've actually gone up. So you can see I'm 99th percentile. That is not a good 99th percentile to be. So this is something I'm going to be focusing on throughout the year. Hopefully I can get this down. Visceral fat's weird, a lot of your fat is subcutaneous fat. It's fat under your skin. Visceral fat is the fat around your organs. So it contributes to like pressure around your organs. It contributes to it's really weird. It functions as an endocrine organ and releases inflammatory like hormones and stuff. It's really bad. So I'd love to get this down. And that's why, getting these scans is good because, at least right? And then for next time I'll try to work on that. So Lean mass, this is a good percentile to be in. I've just got, a lot of muscle on my body, luckily. Just got to get that fat off. So yeah, 83rd percentile here for lean mass. Bone density, yeah, nothing really crazy here. We're doing okay. And then it'll give you like a estimation of your RMR, so your also known as BMR, basal metabolic rate. This is resting metabolic rate. It's just the amount of calories that your body burns by just staying on. So it's a good way for you to know how many calories you can eat before you start, before you're in a calorie surplus. So I think this is helpful because they really, you go in, I guess I didn't say, but you go in and you get a scan. It's like an x-ray. It like moves over your body, takes like 10 minutes. And so it's just a really accurate output. They know exactly how much muscle, bone, and fat you have. So I think it's a really useful thing. And then they have this lean mass index, and we're doing okay. I mean, I don't know. I think, this is carried a lot by the mass of muscle in my legs. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, lean mass by, total mass. Let's see. Here we go. So lean mass. So you can see I've got like 53 pounds of muscle just on my legs, which is pretty crazy. But I think it's also helpful too, because then you can see like exactly how much fat you have to lose. So like, for instance, me, I've got 71 pounds of fat. I can trim pretty much like, I would say 35 pounds off of this before my body fat percentage starts to get pretty low. But good to know. I've got about 45 pounds left on my like body trunk. So like kind of around organs, stomach, that kind of stuff. So something to work on. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little update about where I'm at. And, probably in 3 or 4 months, I'll give you guys another one. But this is something that I'm hoping to get some confidence from around my racing. So hoping to get this done before big races, just to be like, okay, this mass is off. I've lost fat, gained muscle, and get confidence. So that's kind of one thing that I'm doing. So I'll keep you guys updated along the way as I have more scans done. But yeah, highly would recommend. I'm not sponsored, obviously. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sponsored, but I think, it's good for people. It's like $60. I think it's good for people like once a year to just kind of get an idea of, where they're at with all these different, stats and stuff. So highly recommend it. Yep. So anyway, thank you guys for watching if you made it this far, and see you guys in the next video. It'll be a race video. I ran a 10K this last weekend, so hope you guys enjoy that one. I certainly did. So, all right, bye.